Hello YouTubers. Well, Friday was a bit of a disappointment to me because I'd got myself all cleaned up and I'd got my camera all charged up to go to a day centre where there were lots of old people to interview them to see what their views was on the use of computers, but I wasn't allowed to. And that was disappointing, but I do respect that decision and from the people who were in charge that somebody with a camera shouldn't be allowed to go and break in on the privacy of these old people, and some of them were quite handicapped, so I respect that decision. And whilst it was disappointing to me, I got myself armed with booklets. This one is from Age Concern, which is called If I Can, You Can, and lists all the help that you can get with computers. And I'd got myself armed with our own brochures that we've produced, Silver Surfer Advocates, with all the duff, all the gen in there. So I was able to leave those for people who wanted to look at their leisure, so not all was lost. And then I called on a friend I have in the area in which I live, and she was very willing to do an interview. So what follows is an interview with her, and I've got 2 more interviews from other people which I will I'll put them up in separate videos, I think, because they might be too long for one. And of course, obviously, we can't encourage people who haven't got connection to the internet and computers to see them, but hopefully it might be an encouragement for those of you who have got elderly relatives or other members in your own household, that you might feel inclined to, well, try to get them interested and maybe let them work on your own computer and give them a quick sort of insight into what can be done. So I'll close my little intro now and put on, hopefully, the video that I did with my friend in the UK, and the following ones will be from friends in America. So goodbye from me, and here we go with the video. Friend of similar age to myself, and
Thank you.
So Ruth, have you got computers here in your house?
No, not at all.
Have you ever thought about having a computer?
We've thought about it, but I think dismissed the idea.
What was one of the reasons that you don't want to bother with computers?
Well, I think we felt we couldn't cope with it.
Now yes, absolutely, because that is one of the first reasons that you fear that it's all high technology, you don't know anything about it, you don't understand all the language, and you're frightened to do it.
Yes.
That's a very common reason, but well, I can assure you that you would have no need to do that, because you can hardly break them, and there's so much help out there to find ways to use it. But I know you've got children and grandchildren,
yes,
haven't you?
Grandchildren.
How old are your grandchildren now?
Curtis is 5, Henry is 8.
8. Well, I will bet by the age of 8 he will have had computers at his school and things.
Yes, and at home.
And at home,
and
yes, right. So when you visited him, have you ever looked at what he's doing on the computer?
Well, no, because unfortunately we haven't been down there for about 5 years.
Oh dear.
So
oh dear.
We haven't seen him.
No.
But Linda has brought her laptop up here on occasions, which has fascinated us. We felt was beyond us.
Did you? Well, thank you for that, Ruth, because you highlighted one of the major reasons why people who half think, well, this looks fun, I'd like to do it, are frightened to do it. I can only assure you that you need not be, but we can discuss that later, I suppose.
Another thing, I suppose, is the cost. I mean, we think, I don't know, several hundreds for all these things.
Yes.
And if we don't use it,
it's a waste.
It's a waste.
Yes. Well, that, of course, is another very good reason, and there are costs involved. Although computers are getting much cheaper these days, you still have to have pay for a connection to a server to get you onto the internet, and it's on the internet that I think you'd find the most joy. So yes, there are costs involved. Another very good reason.
Another reason, possibly, certainly for Ted, I think, is eyesight. Difficulty seeing.
Yes. Yes. Well, for somebody with impaired eyesight, a small screen, however big you sort of bring the pictures and the print up, could be a difficulty. Yes, I think that's a very good reason. But I think I would prophesy, when you said that we wouldn't use it, I know people, many people who have said that, and when they've got one, you cannot get them off it, because there's so much out there to use it for. At the moment you probably are questioning, well, what would I use it for? But there really are.
Yes, I'm sure. I can believe you that if we had one, I think we would use it. It's just a case of if you haven't got it, you don't know. And
well, that's right. Yes.
Need for it.
Yes, but I'm just putting forward an argument, really, and myself as an example. I was very much the same as you when I first had a computer, and I only had one because I thought, well, it's, everybody's got one, I'd better have one, and I didn't know what the hell I was going to do with it either. But as you know, many things have happened through it. I'm not expecting the same things to happen with you, but
because we're very much home-based at the moment, particularly with Ted.
Well, yes, and Ruth, that is another very good reason. If you are home-based, and if you have anybody who can't get out and about very much, which lot of us can't, then this worldwide web of communication is wonderful. I mean, your grandson, if you had a computer, there are free programs where you could just speak to him and see him on the computer, different from a telephone, and
that would be wonderful.
So many wonderful things.
Yes.
But I too have run out of questions for the moment, so I will